In this short video, I'm going to explain how you can use the Google Voice app to reach potential consumers through your own cell phone device. We do not require that you use the Google Voice app. It's just a recommendation on our part for two reasons. One, so that you can protect your personal phone number because Google Voice assigns you a separate phone number that will show up on the consumer's caller ID. Or in addition, to keep all of your volunteer calls in one place so that you can communicate with consumers just through the Google Voice app rather than getting them all jumbled up in your uh, regular apps on your phone. But again, this is not required. It's just a recommendation on our part for these two reasons. And so if you're interested in pursuing this option, keep watching so that you can get a little bit more background information. So what I have here on the screen is the Google Voice app on iPhone, but you can also get it on Android devices if you just go to whatever app store is available to you. So this is the first screen that will pop up. It's going to prompt you to select a Google Voice number, and you can search for them by city or area code. But you have to be doing this on your own personal cell phone device, and it will be connected to your personal phone number. We'll get more into that in just a second. So what I have done here is searched for Charlotte, North Carolina to see what phone numbers are available. And so we will want you to choose a 980 or a 704 number. So I just went ahead and selected the first one that popped up here. So then it tells me that I've selected that phone number. And the next step is to verify my existing phone number to make sure that everything is connected okay. So what you'll do is you'll plug in your personal cell phone number and it will send you a verification code. So you'll just copy that verification code in from your text messages straight into here and then you should be good to go. If you don't receive the code, you can always ask Google to resend it to your text messages. It may take a moment, so just hold on for just a second if it's not coming through for you. All right, so then your account is pretty much all set to go. It will give you this push notification here to ask how you want to receive notifications in the app. This is totally up to you, but we recommend not allowing notifications. We totally do not require you to answer your phone and conduct volunteer activities outside of your regular hour or two that you spend each week with us. We don't need you to be on call 24/7. So our recommendation is to not allow here unless you have a lot of free time and want to call whoever or to answer whoever ends up calling you back. So this is the main screen of the Google Voice app. You can see the four main icons at the bottom. The first is your call history. The second is your contacts, which you can import from your phone, but for our purposes, there's no need to do that. The second is messages, because you can send and receive text messages on the Google Voice app in case a consumer wants you to send them some sort of information in text message form. And then the last one is voicemails, in case somebody missed your call, calls you back, but they call you back during your non-volunteer hours, and they leave you a voicemail. You'll see here this green button is for the keypad, and that is how you will type in the phone numbers that you will receive in your inbox each week on your list of callbacks. And this is what the screen looks like once you have tapped that little green keypad button. You can just type the phone number in right there and you'll be good to go. Now, when I set this up on my phone, the Google Voice app gave me kind of a strange notification. It said to call this phone number, which is not the phone number that I was trying to call. I think this might be Google's kind of rerouting system. So go ahead and tap whatever they give you there, and it will still call the correct number, and it will show up on the consumer's phone number that you're calling from your assigned Google Voice number. As you can see here, that is what happened. I called my personal cell phone number, which is not the number that was on the previous slide, and it showed up as coming from this Charlotte area code here. The last thing is these two last settings that may be of use to you. The first is do not disturb. So in case you have allowed notifications on your Google Voice app, you can just toggle this button on right here, which will send all of the calls that you receive straight to voicemail. That way you can use your Google Voice app uninterrupted and you won't be bothered during the day. Anybody who calls you will just be sent directly to your voicemail. Now, speaking of voicemail, the second option is to replace the Google Voice default voicemail greeting. We do recommend this just in case somebody calls you back and they're not entirely sure what you said in your message, and they can identify you as a volunteer from the Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy calling about health insurance. So we do recommend recording a brief message with that information there. And that's it on Google Voice. If you do end up pursuing the Google Voice option, please feel free to reach out at my email address, which is right here, if you have any questions.